The American school of winemaking studies the components of wine, and the French school studies wine.
Yeah.
It's a little different animal.
Yeah, so I like the way that this cheese and this wine work. It makes the cheese taste better.
Yeah, definitely.
It smooths out the cheese, and it makes the wine almost like a platform. Are olives with wine?
You know, I've never really thought much about it, but I love olives.
They almost coexist, but don't blend to me.
Yeah.
And you have a different Pinot.
Yeah, so these are kind of fun. They're off the same vineyard. The wines are made identically, so absolutely no difference in methodology of wine production at all. They're just strictly in blind tastings.
But this one is called the Logan. This one is not called that. What differentiates them?
This is the magic moment where you say $10 a bottle.
Yeah, right.
Length of finish.
Length of finish.
We make every red wine absolutely the same in the way it's fermented, in the way it's aged, the amount of oak it gets, everything. At the end of the malolactic fermentation, which is normally January, at that point we have blind tastings in the lab. I'll just call it the highest quality lots go into the highest wine. What is high quality? That's fun because every winemaker might have a different take on what their concept of quality is. My concept of quality is length of finish. That after you swallow, you taste that wine for a real long time.
Really. With these wines, even though they're from the same grapes but different lots, you can't predict ahead of time which is going to be the best or the longest finish.
Or let's put it this way, I choose not to. Wine making is like raising children, and you're not sure who the winner is going to be until they're teenagers. Let's put it that way. And of course, all teenagers go through a problem phase too.
Yeah.
The wines do the same. They start to think they can run free, and you have to kind of rein them in. But it's why we don't make the final blending decisions until the very end. As I always say, you don't know who's going to go to Stanford till they're like 18. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with not going to Stanford. The Logan ain't bad.
This is a pretty good wine. Yeah, well, let's try this second
All right, so
wine.
this is kind of our most expensive wine that you would find in the store.
So this is a Pinot Noir. This is a 2013,
Yeah.
which means it's a year older
And
in
this
the
really-
bottle. Would that have
It
affected
really
the
helps
flavor?
the wine. These wines tend to be high acid, so that extra year of age really does help the quality. And you can see this wine also a little darker colored. You know, a little bit more reddish.
Mm-hmm. Does the color mostly come from the skins?
Yeah. All grape juice is clear.
The juice is clear.
Yeah, the juice is clear, so all the color comes from the skins.
Yeah, this wine is definitely more complex.
Yeah, it is.
Cheese is good by itself. That's really interesting. It's as if the cheese has enriched the wine. Together, they taste like, to me, like the wine has just sort of kicked it up a notch to another level of maturity. And let's see how this wonderful salami from La Gourcet is with this wine.
Really amazing.
That's another wow. In my mouth, these two are working together in
Yeah.
a way that didn't happen with the younger wine.
Yeah.
This is not something that we would grow up with necessarily as the Hebrew national salami. This is
No, it's really true.
This is European. It is so good that you go, where has this been all my life? And combined with the wine, and for me, I really learned something from our conversation today, and I really appreciate having this opportunity to talk with you, a real winemaker, a true craftsman person who also understands that it's about fun. Thanks so much for sharing your knowledge, your
Cheers.
experience, your expertise.
Welcome.
And I look forward to having more of your wines.
Thank you.
Dan Carlson.
Thank you.